Hello everyone, this is Gail from Gail's Upstairs Studio. I hope you're all doing well. In my video last week, I showed this MaimeriBlu's set curated by Steve Mitchell that I got for Christmas. So today we're going to get to swatching it out. I'll just remind you what it looked like when I opened it. And we have Yellow Ochre, Quinacridone Lake, Dragon's Blood, Hooker's Green, Indigo, and Phthalo Turquoise. I have taken some out of the tubes and I have put them in these half pans here, and for now they're living in this box. And we are going to be swatching them out in my color book. You've seen me use this many times, and I have gotten a page ready here to swatch out the 6 colors and then do a little mixing too. I am just going to use my number 8 Velvet Touch from Princeton, and this is a cover from an enamel refrigerator box that you've seen me use before. I like to use it when I'm mixing so I'm not taking up a big pan. I'm actually going to spray these down just a bit. And I also have a paper towel here. We're going to start with Mass Tone at the top. As you can see, it's really nice and rich. I've been wanting to try MaimeriBlu for a while. As I said in my last video, I've heard mixed reviews kind of on it. Some people love it and some people don't care for it. And I was curious, so kind of fun to try a new brand of paint. The watercolor paper in this book, by the way, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, is Fluid 100% cotton watercolor paper, and it's cold press, but it is softer. It's not as much, it's got texture, but it's softer texture than what Arches has. And I like that for this book. Okay, so that was Yellow Ochre. Now we're going to go to Quinacridone Lake. I decided to do bigger boxes this time, just to be able to see the characteristics in a bigger space. It lays down very nicely, and it re-wet pretty well also. Not worried too much about staying in the lines here. Add a little bit more water to finish it out. It dilutes down to a beautiful light pink. That's a very pretty color. This next one intrigues me a little. It's Dragon's Blood. And I don't have the pigment numbers on this. They are certainly available, I'm sure. I just haven't looked them up yet or researched them. This is like a very warm brown and almost like a burgundy. Like if I mix this together a little, I think it would be a beautiful color, and we're going to try that actually. Let's see if I can get it a little deeper here. And add some water. Oh, that travels down nicely. Okay. And this next one is Hooker's Green, which I was glad to see a green in this set, only because if you are mixing to get your greens, I don't know how good of a green I can get with mixing the blue options with this particular yellow, because greens seem to mix much nicer with a cool yellow, and this is definitely a warm, so a neutral actually, but way warmer. So I was happy to see a green in this set, and it's Hooker's Green, and I will try to mix the Hooker's Green with the yellow ochre to see if we can get an even earthier green. All right, I need to go back to this a little and get this a little darker. There we go. This is a nice earthy green for a Hooker's Green. And next is one of my favorite colors, and I'm very happy to have it in this set, and that's indigo. Nice, deep. I think the sizing might be going a little bit in this paper. But it's still covering very nicely. I'm going back in and picking up some more clean water and blotting it off on my paper towel just to pull the blue down and to dilute it down to as close to its lightest as I can get it. There we go. And now we're going to go into our Phthalo Turquoise, which I love this color too. Very pretty color. Once again, I'm not worrying about the lines. It would have been nice to stay within, but when I'm swatching on camera, I'm concentrating on keeping my head out of the shot, so it's kind of hard to concentrate on everything while you're doing that. That's pretty. And those are our 6 colors. A very nice, very different, but very nice set of 6. And now, I don't know if I can put everything in shot here. We're going to try. Okay. So now we're going to do some mixing. And I think the first one I would like to try to mix. I'd like to see these two mix together. So we're going to mix yellow ochre with Hooker's Green to see what we get. I'm going to go try to be as close to half and half as I can for these purposes, for today anyway. And it's going to be kind of like a olivey color, and I mixed it perfect, because if I put any more yellow in it, it would have been muddy, but I actually think I'll put a little bit more Hooker's green back in it. Yeah, that's pretty. I like that. Now I've got to go back in and put the actual 2 colors in here so that we know what we're dealing with. So we'll go back into the yellow ochre. I need a little bit more green actually. So this is what we get if we mix yellow ochre and Hooker's green. Next, I think I would like to try and I don't know if I like it or not, but we're going to try Quinn Lake and Dragon's Blood. This is one of those that I'm not going to know if I'm going to like it until I do it. So let's see. I'm going to go into Quinn Lake first, and I don't know that I'll add completely half and half with this. Let's see. I like that right there. I'm not going to go any further with it, but I do like it. And once again, I didn't put my 2 colors in first, but we'll do that after. That is a nice, like burgundy-ish color. Oh, that's pretty. That's very pretty. I'm not bothering to do a gradient down to a light color on this one either. So we need to go back and get some Quinn Lake. See, it basically neutralized that down just a little. And that's a really nice color. Wet anyway, we'll see what it looks like dry. And then we'll go back in and get some Dragon's Blood. Get enough water in that, but that's okay. Now I would like to try Indigo and Quinn Lake. And this time we'll actually go in and put our colors in first. Okay. There's our indigo. I'll put a little bit more Quinn Lake in my mix here. There we go. And that gets us like that really nice, it's almost like you could put all 3 of these colors together in a blackberry. That's what that reminds me of. I really like that. Let's see. Why don't we try yellow ochre and Quinn Lake and see what that does for us. I'm not quite sure I'll mix all of these today. Sometimes I will keep 1 or 2 things open so that I can try another mix later on if I'm curious. So we'll try, just to keep this very colorful, we'll put the yellow ochre down here. Quinn Lake right here. Here is our yellow ochre. And I really like this Quinn Lake. It's fun. All right, let's just add a little Quinn Lake to the yellow ochre. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more ochre to it. And I'm going back to Quinn Lake. This isn't a good mix, and I should have known better, because the yellow ochre is warm. The Quinn Lake is cooler. But, I don't know, it's interesting. Very neutral. It's like an earthy brick. So that's kind of cool. That's just a couple examples of things that we'll mix. If I think, even if I don't get any more large amounts of MaimeriBlu, I think I'm absolutely going to add a cool yellow to this set. I think that would really go a long way to completing it. I love this for landscapes, because Steve Mitchell does a lot of landscapes, and this for landscapes is gorgeous. And for florals, actually, really pretty too. And with a light yellow, for me, the way I use watercolor, a cool yellow will really beef this up and make this even more usable for me. So this is exciting. I really like these colors, and I could almost make a watercolor story just out of these 6 colors without mixing even. So there you have it. I hope it was informative, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.